All right, we're back here a couple days later after the split to do a couple things. Thing one is get rid of this queen excluder. I put it in thinking, well, what you read on the internet, no, and in the books as well. Sometimes you want to put a queen excluder there to make sure they don't abscond after the split because they didn't like you. But there's no traffic coming and going. There was some brood or drone brood in there, so I'm concerned that maybe they're just stuck. The other thing I thought about doing, but now I realized maybe they have drank some of it. So I was gonna switch out feeders, but maybe I'll leave this one a little bit longer. There's no bees up here whatsoever, which is kind of weird. One, hi buddy. And then lastly, put on some pollen patties because I forgot that last time. So, there's bees. That's good. They've been quiet, so the move, I don't know if they didn't like the move or what the deal is, but they've been very quiet. Not flying much. And of course, it's been absolute deluge since I did the split, which is maybe not the best way to do it, but weather-wise, if I waited a ton longer, I risk swarming, and I had that happen last year, and it was fun. So yeah, they're super chill like they were last time, so I'm gonna do too much there. Yeah, I just need to get to the queen excluder, put the pollen patties on, and get out of here. So let's do that. I'm going to set these out so I don't risk turning it over and killing my queen by drowning her with vegetable oil. Mother, oh, damn it, probably killed that one. I did spill one of these once and killed a bunch of bees. Luckily it wasn't the queen, but still. I do have the IPM board in the bottom that I could use to put small hive beetle, put vegetable down there so the small hive beetles take care of them that way. But that thing had a pool of water in it when I cleaned it out earlier, and I don't want that. So consider how to do that thing, because you can do either, it's got the little screen for the on the grid, man, a ton of bees still, screen and grid for to count your rural mites, but also has just a tub that you can put oil in so that they can purpose that up at all. So that small hive beetles fall down into there. This makes me nervous when shit gets stacked. Well, they're there. They aren't stuck coming and going. They're just not coming and going very much. Again, the weather's been absolute shite. Some underneath the, oh, that's where I pulled this fucking screen out. I'll have to free them later. There's some underneath the PM board, but screen bottom board. But all right, so that's out. Put it back together. Put pollen patty on there. But let's see. This hive is probably no bigger concern. Well, no, she's got eggs though. She can lay. So we probably need. We'll just split them evenly, and as I've learned in beekeeping, there's no real science to this. Well, there's science to it, but there's also do whatever you want. It'll probably work. Look out, girls. I cut these up. I was reading some of Randy Oliver's scientific beekeeping stuff. If you have too many, one big ass pattie there, what they will sometimes do is they can eat it as quickly as the small hive beetles can lay eggs in it. So you end up with a bit of a mess if you're not careful. So I know you're pissed at me, I get it. I'll be out of your hair in a moment, I promise. Alright. I'll tell you what, let's put one of those small hive beetle traps down here. Since I'm here. One up top. That way I've got a better distribution. So pollen patties down there. Some of these traps up here. Don't get it too close to the middle because I want those to be in there. And then I thought about switching out feeders, but now after looking at this, it's hard to tell if they've taken in here or not. It looks like maybe they have. I'll just leave it on there. I'll come back and check this in probably a week anyway, just to double check. So we'll go ahead and leave that on there. I brought the other feeder out, but I think I'll just wait, see what happens. All right, that's all good. I was doing the look around, make sure I didn't forget anything stupid thing. All right, pollen patties, those go over there. Not putting that feeder on. A couple bees up here now. All right, so that's that hive. I'll fully shut it down with the strips and everything later. More bad rain and storms coming tonight, so I'm gonna go ahead and strap them down again. I never strapped them down the last 2 years, but changed some of the dynamics of the, well, where this one's at's probably a little farther over than they ever have been, and with the greenhouse there, I don't know if we're getting buffeted off it or whatever. So anyhow, I'm gonna move the camera over to this hive and we'll go from there. Apologies for the shaky business. Cut that out later. And yeah, we're golden. All right, so this one I'm just going to stick some pollen patties in the top. Ideally, I'd put them in the bottom, but because this one's trying to build a new queen, I don't want to do anything that could jeopardize that. So just put the patties in and get out. Get to the chopper. All right, what else do I need? Pollen patties. Made an extra stand for a hive stand. It's turned out to be a pretty good just table. End goal will be probably 4 to 5 hives here, tons of bees up in here. I poop on the Dedant feeder because of the damn bird comb they built up here. I had to put the little cube in there, but they go after it. I've got Man Lake, Better Bee, and Dedant liquid feeders, top hive feeders. I like the Better Bee best, and we'll buy more of those and have them bring them to me at NABI next year. North American Honeybee Expo. Forgot to do that this year. And shipping on bee stuff is a gajillion dollars, so I don't do that. So yeah, but I like that one the best because they don't do bird comb as much in it when they crunch. Hate the crunch. Hate the crunch. Get out of the way so I don't crunch you. All right. Tons of bees. Alright, you don't want to lay the patty on your head, but you gotta move. Hey.
I squished you.
I know, but they won't move. You can't help but squish one occasionally because they just won't. Blowing works better than smoking, but it's still, that's weird. Maybe it's because they're queenless. They're just acting like they're weird. I'm hoping there was at least one queen cell cupped in there when I pulled this off. So. All right, this back on. Bunch of bees under there. I can't see. Can you see?
There are bees, but
yeah.
no.
Not a ton. That's fine. They're using the feeder. I was just stating to the camera that, like the Better Bee, I've got 3 different ones now. I've got Better Bee, I got Man Lake, and I got Dedant. I like the better bee best.
So we can do a side-by-side comparison.
Well, I mean, they took well to both the Dedant and the better bee, but the Dedant one just has that massive hole that turns into 40 pounds of burr comb. That then I mean, I'm sure they're not building it so much they can't get around it, but they just it's just annoying to work around, and they can't. Then it's just going to be drones because of the size. So, all right, so that's weird. All right, I think that's it because pollen patty's in, which is all I was doing in both of them. Queen excluder's out over there. Not changing feeders yet. Yeah, we're done. Rock and roll.
Why's my chair up here?
Because David Burns said that if you can't move it 3 miles away, which is when you do a split, if you put something in front of them, that makes any foragers that were in there hopefully take a new reorientation flight so they don't go back over here. I don't think it really worked because I haven't seen any foragers out of there hardly, and this one's ripping. But the ones that are almost foragers in there will become foragers soon and they'll figure it out. But that was the goal. So, all right, done.